Kia ora koutou. My name's Vicky Ellison, and I'm going to share with you today some activities to support whānau in their parenting. We've got Kahukura here, who's 20 months old. She's going to show us how you can enjoy some of these activities. So right from birth, children learn about their world through their senses. What they see, what they hear, what they touch, taste and smell. And this sensory learning carries right on through. Kahukura, at 20 months old, is learning to use her hands and her eyes together much more easily than she did when she was first born. So some of the things that we've got to share with her today are posting activities, where she gets to use her hands and her eyes together to practice as they become more efficient. Now, posting activities can be simple things from around the home. The pegs in the milk bottle, that's a great one. Hand-eye coordination, very simply made. We've used some wooden pegs here that somebody found. Just be aware that sometimes pegs can be a bit pinchy for little fingers, so pegs that aren't so easy to hurt you are the best ones to use. Can you put this in here, Kahukura? Titiro kia nan. Tahi. Oh, one more. Rua. Hey, any more? One more. Oh, it's stuck. She's actually doing that with her left hand, probably because her right hand's holding something. We notice, her mum and I, that she does have, she'll use both hands, but at this age it's not, it's a bit early to make a decision around is she going to be right dominated or left dominated. Ta? E hara pai, mata kai. Yay! What? Hara. Ooh, two at a time. Perhaps I'll hold the spoon, shall I? Ta. Two. Ai. Rua. Toru. Any more? Ah. Now what? And the fun about putting things in, you get to take them out again as well. Oh. Kahukura's been known to sit for 15 minutes at home with our peg apron and an empty milk container. Simple fun, and what it's doing is it's developing connections in her brain through the repetition. It's developing that hand-eye coordination that she will use when she goes on to do drawing, handwriting, all of those simple things that are developing a base for her future learning. With some more posting activities. There we go. The Glad Wrap tube. Hey, this is a tricky one because you poke them in and they come out the other end. Can you put them in here? One. And tip it up. Up.
Two.
Oh, two. Right.
Two.
Right.
Four.
Rua.
Kitty.
Oh, it's dirty on the end. It's got Play-Doh on it. Right. Come out. Give me that.
Kitty.
Titiro. Oh, there's another problem to be solved. A posting container that's got a hole in the bottom.
Kitty.
Dirty, yes. Got one more little posting activity I want to share before we finish. The ice cream container. A simple posting activity. When people are little, you just put them straight in, the items. Alright, roll it as they get a bit bigger and a bit more developed in their hand-eye coordination. We can put different size and different shape openings and have a range of things to put in them. Ooh, kai, oops, anei. Ah, ka pai. Me tēnei. Problem solving at its best.
Ta.
Tā, titiro kia nan. Kia pēnei. Tae koe. Yay! Posting. One more. You want to have a balance of challenge and support. So when they get you see them getting frustrated, you help a little bit. Pirangi anō. Push. Push. We've got a bit too many toys out for her to choose from at the moment. That's another thing. Just keep things simple. Simple choices for this age. Whoa. Ooh, e hara pai mo te kai. Ko te paraua poke poke tākaro tēnei. It's Play-Doh. Mo te roll it, roll it. Ai, poke it. Ka taia koe ki te poke it. I tō ringa ringa. Oh, i te fork. One of the things with new experiences like paraua poke poke tākaro or Play-Doh is that Pepe may not want to touch it with her fingers. So we offer her instruments. Let her have a stick or a spoon or a fork, something to touch it with. As her play, ooh, e hara pai mo te kai. Ai, pretending. Ne, mo te pipi, me tikina pipi. Te rā pia pirangi ia, he kai. Ai. With her pretend play, that's another area that Play-Doh is a perfect resource for, or real play if you have a little test. But what she's doing is she's manipulating the Play-Doh. She's going through activities that she does every day, eating. Ia, e hara pai mo te kai ne. Ai, mo te roll it. So pretend play, Play-Doh can be involved in pretend play. It can be roll it. It can be part of the cooking, the pretending to cook. It can be a resource to sit alongside singing, roll it, pat it, mark it with the K. Put it in the oven for Kahukura and me. The Play-Doh, the paraua poke poke tākaro, can be used in the constructive play as well. So here we go, we're going to build ourselves a snow person. We're going to make it into a hamburger. We're going to change the format of this Play-Doh into something. It's still kiki. E kiki mo te kai. E hara pai mo te kai. Children go through stages of play. As I said, the first stage is sensory motor play. And that's basically doing things with their body. And from birth, reaching, grasping, banging, with their mouths, babbling, cooing, smiling. Those are all sensory experiences. They move into this pretend play, or known as symbolic play, where they might use things symbolically. Something like the piece of cane here. Kia ora. Kei ko nei koe kahukura. Oh, taiho ko daddy. Pirangi ki te kōrero ki tō papa? So, using items as real things. Now, play can be solitary, children just playing on their own. It can be play alongside somebody else, another child, particularly in the age that Kahukura is at, e hara pai mo te kai, homai kia nan. She doesn't necessarily play with somebody, but she might play alongside another child. Parallel play, that's called. And then there's play together, where we're doing something and sharing an activity. Kiki, ai, e hara pai mo te kai. Yay! Praising children's attempts when they do achieve or give things a try. That's a way to encourage continued play. And continued play means continued learning. One of the things about play with young children, there's always a safety aspect. So remembering to check things for sharp edges, for broken pieces, things that could be a choking hazard. And as you can see, Kahukura wants to eat this lovely yellow paraua poke poke Play-Doh, but it's very salty and it's not very nice. And normally a couple of mouthfuls, children twig on to that idea that it's not the greatest thing to eat. Some take a bit longer than others, but there's nothing in it, salt, oil, flour, that's going to do too much damage with a little mouthful that she's having there now. Little bag full of a range of textures, a range of weights for babies to explore. Hey, that's no good to eat. That's too hard. He toka, it's a rock. What else is in the bag, Kahukura? What is it? He anga, a shell. Ai, a shell. He pai muta kai tēnei? Ai, he pipi. Ko pau te pipi. Ai, all gone. Ia nei mea I roto nā. Natural resources are a great free and easy accessible tool. As you can see, you can have that symbolic play going on with your shells. We can use shells as mathematics learning. Big, smaller, smaller again. There's seriation and nesting in a simple power shell activity. The same with our harakeke toys we've got here. We've got bigger squares and we've got smaller squares somewhere else, but I can't find them at the moment. Same with the rocks. Bigger, smaller. These are all things that we talk about while we're playing with our children. We're playing alongside them. Sometimes we let them lead, and that's actually quite an important thing for us adults to get our heads around. That sometimes adults think that they drive all the playing, but actually sometimes it's just nice to sit back and let our children take the lead. Let them be the tuakana in the play. Good counting. Ota. One of the other activities that we do with a hand-eye coordination focus, apart from the posting and the nesting, is throwing, using balls. Balloons are particularly good for little-aged children, where the ball moves slowly. Go ahead to pōro and mai for you. Paper balls. Ka whiua koe. Something that you can chuck around the lounge at home that's not going to make it cause much damage. Sometimes you have rules in your house about where you play with balls. Balls are outside. But if it's raining outside and you want to have some motor activity, some large motor, arms and legs, paper balls are a great thing, as are balloons. Whiua, whiua, woo, tikina. Giving children something to aim at, something as simple as the washing basket in the corner. Woo, tikina. This little tool we use, it's not actually a child's activity, although she'd probably enjoy playing with it. What we use this for is actually when we're teaching about brain development and the delicacy of a child's brain inside their skull. If we were to shake a baby or a toddler vigorously, you can see what happens to the brain inside their skull. It crashes around and bashes around inside. We get to a point sometimes where we're overwhelmed with our children's behaviour. Crying and more crying can really drive you to distraction. But never shake a baby. We can do so much permanent damage to their brain. Get some help, ring a friend, go for a walk. If you've got a buggy, that's the best place. Get a bit of stress relief. If it's really severe and you can't get out the house, put baby in the cot and just come away. It can be really frustrating, I know from experience, but if you can find yourself just a little break, it's really, really helpful. One of the good things about pretend play is that you can practice some of those things that are not much fun, maybe a bit scary, like having your hair washed or having your knots brushed, going to the doctor, those sorts of things. Pretend play allows you to have a no pressure practice. So Kahukura's going to brush her hair. Oh, whakapai tana karu. Ai, parai he tona ne. Makawe.
Papa.
Toothbrushing, those things that sometimes take a bit of encouragement with this age, you can practice. And Pepe gets to be the boss. She gets to be the tuakana. Oh, Pepe, kia tūpato. Ai, kei he tana whatu. Ai, tō whatu. Kei he tōna ihu. Ai, tō ihu. Ai, te ihu o Pepe.
Papa.
Ai, te upoko. Kei he tana makawe. Ai, tō makawe, tana makawe. Easy, simple learning, all in a game way. So, as I said, mā te tākoro ka ako. Children learn through play. This second year of life, which we're focusing on in these activities, is a lot of emotional learning, a lot of learning about dealing with our emotions. The whole tantrums, the saying no, are common in this time and stage that Kahukura's at. So being able to be involved in some pretend play around some of those challenges, we get to practice while we're in a good space some of the things that might be not much fun at another time. One of the other great ways to extend our children's language is a strategy called parallel play. And what that simply means is you giving a description of what your child's doing. So, Kahukura's being cheesy. Eh? Are you brushing baby's hair?
Papa.
Baba. If you want an example of parallel talk, imagine you were talking to Pepe's nana or koro or dad on the phone and, oh, what's baby doing? And you're just describing, oh, she's sitting on Nana's knee and she's got the hairbrush in her hand and she's going to brush baby's hair. So what you're doing is you're providing the language alongside the actions. So she's hearing about what she's doing. Oh, Pepe. The other strategy we use for developing language is called stretch talk. So Kahukura says, baba, and I say, ai, he Pepe a tāhua. So I stretch on the word that she said, baba, and I say, yes, it's a beautiful baby. So you extend. They call it stretch talk. And the other strategy is self-talk, and that's what I'm doing. Oh, Nana's counting the pegs. Tahe, rua, toru. Right, Nana's putting them in the basket. Tahe, and Kahukura's helping. So again, language to action. Aye. Another wonderful way to learn language with this age children is through WAIATA, through song. And they can be calming songs, they can be about familiar people. Moi moi Pepe, moi moi ra, moi moi Kahukura, moi moi ra. Ah, me kihi Pepe. Mwah. Ka pai. Routines like going to bed. Hi there. And you know, sometimes people say you've got to be a good singer. No. You've got to be happy to sing with children and in front of children. Make up the songs, make the words up about familiar people. Ka haere mai a mama a kua nei. Ka haere mai a koro.
Papa.
Papa, oh, haere mai a Pepe.
Papa.
Me kihi Pepe. Mwah. Me awhi hoki. Ah, awhi. Ah, Pepe. And if you can use Te Reo Māori, so much the better. Because her brain is open to all language learning. So long as she hears it regularly, she'll be able to speak and respond. So in our house, I only try and speak Māori to Kahukura. So she has that language pathway built from when she was born. The rest of our family speak a mixture of English and Māori, so she's getting exposure to those two languages. And this is the time to learn a language. Any of us who've struggled with learning a second language will know that it's a lot harder when we're an adult. So kōrero Māori i ngā wā katoa. One of the beauties about WAIATA with children is that the repetition in the words. Again, we know that it's repetition that builds strong connections in the brain. So we get language, we get exposure to te reo Māori for WAIATA here, we get strong connections in the brain, we get to learn about patterns, we have a repeating song. Paki, 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 tamariki ma. So there's patterns to be learnt, mathematical concept, a pattern. We get the enjoyment of singing and moving our bodies. Yeah, it's so much fun. And if you're singing with somebody else, a part of a group, all that social learning. Anybody that's had children at kohanga reo and gone to a kohanga concert, it's a beautiful thing to see a group of little 2, 3, 4-year-olds all enjoying being together, learning the reo, singing together, having actions, being able to coordinate singing, movement and remembering the words. That's a lot of learning. So anyone that said, oh, they weren't learning, all they were doing was singing. Well, we know they were actually learning a lot. And they were having fun and they were recognising their identity as Māori children. And that's one of the best things that you can have.